Welcome to the Legends of Antiquity, where we explore timeless principles that shape our modern lives. Today, we're diving into three powerful forces that silently guide our daily decisions and outcomes: consistency, faith, and cause and effect. Let me ask you this: how often do you find yourself frustrated with where you are in life, even though you feel like you're working hard? Or maybe you've given up on something too soon, only to later realize how close you were to a breakthrough. The answer lies in understanding these three principles. Consistency is the quiet force that builds success one small step at a time. Faith keeps us steady when the results aren't visible yet. And cause and effect reminds us that every choice we make, no matter how small, carries consequences. These aren't abstract ideas. They impact everything from our health, relationships, and finances to our mental and emotional well being every single day. In this episode, we're going to break these down. I'll share practical examples, real life stories, and tips to help you harness these forces for better results in your daily life. So grab a notebook, settle in, and let's explore how to take control of your life one decision at a time. Consistency, the invisible force of progress. Let's start with consistency. You've probably heard the phrase, it's not what we do once in a while that shapes our lives, but what we do consistently. But why is consistency so important? Think about your daily habits: brushing your teeth, drinking water, exercising. These small actions don't seem monumental in the moment, but over time they compound. The same applies to your work, relationships, and personal growth. The magic of consistency lies in its ability to build momentum. Every small step forward pushes you closer to your goal. Let me give you an example. Imagine you want to get healthier. You don't need to overhaul your diet overnight or spend hours in the gym. Instead, drinking an extra glass of water each day or walking for 10 minutes consistently will yield results over time. On the other hand, neglecting those small habits, skipping the gym or eating fast food every day, also compounds, but in the wrong direction. The challenge is that consistency can feel mundane. It's easy to quit when we don't see immediate rewards. But success doesn't come from grand gestures, it comes from showing up day after day, even when you don't feel like it. Here's a tip to stay consistent: focus on the process, not the outcome. Set small, achievable goals and track your progress. For example, instead of saying, I want to lose 20 pounds, commit to walking 10 minutes every morning. The results will take care of themselves. Remember, consistency is the quiet force that transforms your efforts into lasting success. Faith, belief in what's unseen. Now, let's talk about faith. While consistency is about taking action, faith is about trusting the process. It's believing in the unseen, the results that haven't materialized yet. Faith shows up in our lives more than we realize. Every time you start your day, you exercise faith. Faith that your work will pay off, that the relationships you invest in will thrive, or that your dreams are worth pursuing. Without faith, it's easy to lose hope and give up when things get hard. Let me share a story. Imagine a farmer planting seeds in the ground. He doesn't see the results right away. Days pass, weeks pass, and the soil still looks barren. But the farmer keeps watering and nurturing the land because he has faith that the seeds will grow. Eventually they do, but only because he trusted the process and didn't quit. In our daily lives, faith works the same way. Maybe you're starting a new business or trying to improve your mental health. Progress may be slow and doubts will creep in, but faith reminds you to stay committed. It's the belief that your actions matter even when the results aren't immediate. Here's how to cultivate faith in your life. Surround yourself with positive influences, people, books, or podcasts that remind you of what's possible. Practice gratitude for the progress you've made, no matter how small. And most importantly, remind yourself that growth takes time. Faith is what keeps us going when logic tells us to stop. It's the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. Cause and effect, the universal law of life. All right, let's explore cause and effect. This is one of the simplest yet most powerful principles that shapes our daily lives. Every action you take, big or small, creates a ripple effect. For example, if you consistently eat junk food, the effect is poor health. If you consistently invest time in learning a new skill, the effect is increased expertise. The choices we make today directly shape the quality of our lives tomorrow. The problem is the effects aren't always immediate. That's why we often disconnect our actions from their outcomes. You might feel fine skipping the gym today, but over weeks or months, that choice adds up. On the flip side, choosing to meditate for 5 minutes today may feel insignificant, but over time, it can transform your mental clarity and focus. Here's a practical way to apply this principle. Take a moment each day to reflect. Ask yourself, what actions did I take today and what effects might they create? This practice helps you become more mindful of your choices and their consequences. Cause and effect reminds us of a simple truth. We are not victims of our circumstances. We are creators. Our daily actions, no matter how small, determine the direction of our lives. How these forces shape our daily lives. Now let's bring it all together. Consistency, faith, and cause and effect aren't just abstract concepts. They are forces shaping every decision we make. Here's how they work together. Consistency builds the habits that move us forward. Faith keeps us grounded when the journey gets tough. And cause and effect helps us understand why our past actions led us to where we are today and how our present actions will shape our future. For example, let's say you want to improve your mental health. And consistency, you commit to journaling for 5 minutes every morning. Faith, and you trust that this habit will help you gain clarity and peace, even if you don't feel it immediately. Cause and effect. Over time, this daily habit leads to greater awareness and reduced stress. The beauty of these principles is that they give you control. No matter where you are in life, you can start making small, intentional choices today that will lead to big changes tomorrow. Consistency, faith, and cause and effect, they're not just ideas, they're the foundation of your life. When you understand and embrace them, you take back control of your daily decisions and the results they create. So here's my challenge for you. Identify one area in your life where you've been inconsistent. Choose one small action you can take every day for the next week. Write it down, commit to it, and have faith in the process. Then reflect on the cause and effect. Notice how that one action starts to shift your results. If this episode resonated with you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And as always, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Reach out on social media or leave a comment with your takeaways. Thank you for listening to the Legends of Antiquity. Until next time, remember, small actions grounded in faith create powerful results.